Hey guys, it's TheDestinyPB here, and today I'm going to bring you another GOG eXTCy video. This time it's going to be maintenance. I'm going to show you the two basic things you should do every time you come back from a game of paintball or a day of paintball. And these are the four things you need. Obviously you need your marker, and you can either use a chopstick or a swab, or something that's not very sharp so you can poke around on the insides of your gun. Some lube. I use this Planet Eclipse, don't know if we can focus there, Planet Eclipse gun oil, and you need your Allen keys that came with your marker in the box. And now I'm going to start with the first part. Okay, for the first step, you're going to remove your barrel, because we won't be needing that at any point, and you're going to grab the biggest Allen key out of your set, and go to the back of your marker, and you'll see here, you place your Allen key in, and then you twist anti-clockwise until it stops coming out. Then all you're going to do is grab it and just pull out. You'll probably only get that out, not the whole of the bolt. And this is where the chopstick comes into use. All you do is at the front of your marker, put your chopstick or swab and put it in and push it until you hear that click. Then pull this bolt out of the back of your marker, and that should be the whole of the bolt. If I just place this down here. So what you're going to do with these parts of your marker is get a bit of your lubricant. If I stop that from rolling. Get a bit of your lubricant. You don't need too much, because if you over lubricate the O-rings, it's going to have the opposite effect to what you want. So you want a little bit there, and also you should check if any of your O-rings have damage and you want to replace them with the ones that came in your set. They're all colour coded, so you know which is which. It's nothing too difficult really. Right, so you want to lube every single O-ring that you see, apart from the furthest back one. I can't find it. The furthest back one here in your bolt casing. So you lube this one, and that is everything. Okay, to replace the bolt back into the marker, you're going to take the bolt and the casing and put the bolt inside the casing. This is hard to do when I'm looking for a camera. So yeah, like that. You take your marker, have your marker facing upwards, place the bolt inside the marker, like that, and just keep on pushing till you get it in as far as you can. Then you retake your Allen key, push it in, and then just spin until it's quite firm. You don't want to over twist or else you'll damage the inside of your marker. It's just until it stops spinning. So I got it about there. And that's how to re-lube your bolt after a game of paintball. And now we're going to move on to looking after your eyes and making sure they're clean and ready to use. Okay, the second thing you need to do when you come back from a game of paintball is clean out the eyes of your gun. Because if you get shot up on the hand around here, or you have a break inside your barrel, you might get paint inside the sections in here which help stop you from breaking more balls. So if you take the smallest Allen key in your set, which is 0.05, and place it inside this hole here, which you can see. You might want to wiggle it around a bit because you might have paint and debris inside. And you just spin it until, you know, obviously, don't drop it because you might lose a screw. But once you're inside, you'll be able to see this little, looks like a chip here. That's the actual eye. So you want to remove that, or not remove it, you want to move it so you can clean the inside of this whole section. So you could use an O-ring remover, but I don't have any. So what I use is a screwdriver. You have to be really careful with this and make sure you don't do any damage to your eye, because you may have, won't be reversible and you may have to buy a new eye set. So what I've done here is I've moved the eye downwards slightly, and now it can go forwards and backwards towards me and away from me. Like so, okay? So what we do now is you take your swab or cloth, and you basically just clean all the inside of here. And if you had a swab, you might be able to get underneath your eye and clean around in there. Also, you might have paint on the actual eyepiece that covers the eye, and you'd also just want to clean that as well. But it's most important that you don't scratch the actual eye chip that's inside there, or else the eye will always think there's a ball inside and it would just be chopping paint really often. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure the eye is back in its slot. There's a little hole for the eye to go in. Don't know if you can see that black hole there that the eye needs to go in, that little small one above my finger. So all you do is you replace this, put it back in the section where it needs to be, and I will do that now. Okay, so all I've done now is I've replaced the eye, and you want to repeat it for the other eye on the other side of your marker. I'm not going to show you that because it's exactly the same, just the other way around. So as I said, make sure you don't damage the eye when you do this, but it's crucial to make sure your gun is performing as well as it could. They're the two main things you do when you come back from a game, unless you found any other problems with, say, the ASA or anything like that. You do them individually, but this is something you should always do every time you come back from a game of paintball to make sure you're not damaging your gun next time you go out. This has been TheDestinyPB here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. If you have any questions about the maintenance of your marker, just chuck it in a question below and I'll be happy to answer. Thanks guys, bye. One more thing before I go is if you turn your marker on after you've done the eyes, if you pull the trigger nothing happens to the light. But to make sure you've replaced the eyes correctly and they still work, make sure your gun's completely degassed, put your finger through the feed neck into the breech and then pull the trigger. If it flashes, that means your eyes are still working, and when you take them out it should stop flashing. Finger in and it flashes. Okay, that's just to make sure you've replaced the eyes correctly and everything's working as it should. This is actually the end now. Okay, see you guys, bye.